How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing?
How you feeling?
Feeling good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fight through it a little bit?
As good as you can feel. Uh, just week 9 in the NFL. So yeah, just treating the body, getting prepared as you can for this next stretch. We got a long stretch until we get a bye week, man. So we just got to continue to stay on top of our bodies and take care of what we need to take care of.
You had that really quick start in that game like a couple weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
and then you weren't out there.
Mm.
How much of that was just like the game was in control and just being cautious, or like was that something you were really like concerned about?
Nah, it's just sometimes you just can't control the flow of the game. Just some things that we're doing well. That's just the nature of the game, man. Some things, if something's working, you just stick to it or whatever it takes to win. So.
John, how important is it to build off this little stretch, this 2-game stretch you guys have put together and kind of looks like turn the tide here?
It's that momentum is huge. It definitely will continue to help us, and like I always preach, man, continue to focus on the things that we did well and get better from the things that we didn't do well. You know what I mean? It's just a learning lesson in both areas. So if we can take that, I think we'll be all right.
What have you noticed out of Mac this week? Maybe he didn't play his best game this last game, but you guys still were able to get the victory. What have you noticed out of him the last couple of days to get better?
Man, I thought Mac has just been tremendous, all year. He just holds himself accountable. He's a young guy, but doesn't play like it, doesn't act like it. You know what I mean? He continues to get better every week. You know what I mean? And he continues to build confidence in himself and the system. In his team, in his organization, we got his back 100%. We behind him, man. So, he's just going to continue to, put us in as the leader of that offense. You know what I mean? With that quarterback role, he's just going to continue to, put us in great positions.
Kind of over the last couple of weeks, we've seen your role just kind of present itself a little bit more, especially against the Jets. Do you feel like you're starting to figure out where exactly you fit in this offense and that's coming along?
Man, I'm just, whatever that role may be, you know what I mean? I'm not going in there asking for a role, you know what I mean? I know that they know what position to put us all in and, help us get wins. That's the most important thing, you know what I mean? So, man, I'm just trying to do my part, you know what I mean, whatever that is, you know what I mean, and do it 100% like I always did. Nothing different in my career. I'm not changing now, you know what I mean? So.
What have you observed from this Carolina defense? They're pretty highly ranked in a bunch of different categories.
Yeah, they're young, talented, fast defense. Guys that fly around, play with high motors, man, and bring a lot of energy. It'll be a great competition, man. That's what you love to see. You know what I mean? We got to come to play. They got to come to play, and we're gonna go out there battling.
How about Jeremy Chin in particular? Seems like they almost use him as a defensive weapon, if you will.
They got a lot of defensive weapons. Nah, he's definitely taking nothing away from him. He's a good player. They got a lot of other guys that we got to account for as well on that side of the ball. We just can't just point out one guy. Because they got some guys that can wreck the game easily. Kudos to all those guys on that side of the ball, man. That we got to account for, and can't take our opponent lightly.
Jonnu, Nikhil was telling us yesterday he feels like, this is for the playoffs. Every game here, you're 4-4, but obviously he feels some sort of, push to get there now. Do you feel that same way?
Yeah, I mean, with this at this point of the season, this is where you got a pack. You know what I mean? It's kind of like something I learned earlier in my career. It's like around this time, middle of the season, it's kind of like a horse race, and everybody kind of like bunched up in there together. You know what I mean? And towards as the race goes on, some horses, they kind of start falling back a little bit. You know what I mean? And we just want to be, bunched up right there in the midst of it all. Giving ourselves a chance. You know what I mean? And eventually come out on top. That's the goal. You know what I mean? So, you know, definitely week 9 going into week 10, man, it's, you know, about that time, you know, where teams will start to fall back and start to fall off and kind of take themselves out of it or keep themselves in it.
Was that horse racing analogy something someone ever told you, or did that just kind of come into your head as you're a rookie, second-year guy, third-year guy?
Yeah, nah, it's something that, you know, just I picked up from last place I was at. You know what I mean? And I just thought it was a great analogy, man, and something that I kind of stuck with. You know, just kind of trying to be a sponge and going into year 5, man. Just that was something that I really seen that was the closest analogy to, you know, how this thing really goes. You know, in the NFL, life in the NFL, for sure.
Your final question?
Jonnu, what did you know about Matthew Judon prior to coming here?
Ask him. He right there.
Oh.
Nah, man. nah. I'm messing with you. I'm playing with you. Nah, he was you know, I definitely battled against him in Baltimore, and he was one of those guys that we had up on the board, you know, to always, you know, account for. You know what I mean? And he's been making plays there. He's making plays now. Glad he on our side of the ball. You know what I mean? With those red sleeves, we need him on our side of the ball. As long as we keep wearing them, we get more sacks, man. You know what I mean?